Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming, baby, because you gotta keep that grass low so that tree can definitely show, baby. But we've talked about, all their awesome products, right? The premium performance package that they have, where we talk about that 2-in-1 shampoo that my man Deke loves to use. Man, he keeps that hair extra fluffy and clean, I personally like the body wash. Always makes me feel good and smell like a manly man. But more importantly, that Lawnmower 4.0, the one with that tactical light that turns on and off, I never leave home without it, baby. So when you're on the road, you got to keep the trimmers with you, baby. But as
you got it in your glove compartment in your car.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you never know. We got action? All right. Manscaped. But that's how you keep it feeling good. But as we always say, man, we don't talk about anything on this show unless we have a promo code for you, baby. And that promo code is dun-da-da-da, MOATS. Use that promo code. You get you 20% off along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time and make sure you use that promo code. Cop the awesome products. And I can trust you. You can trust me when I tell you this. Your delicate dangly twins will be thankful for it. Okay? Outside of Malik, man, can we talk about these wide receivers real quick? Because, dude.
Sure.
The
guy we just talked about.
Bro, think about a couple of the guys we talked about, right? Tyquan Thornton goes out there and runs, 4.28. I said
initially 4.21.
Bro, I thought we said he was fast on tape, but bro.
Oh, yeah, it didn't look like this. No, hell no.
Filthy. 4.2.
He looked more like, I thought he was just more of a smooth runner. I thought it'd be a smooth like 4.4 or something, but holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I was like, yo, you are rolling. Then Christian Watson, North Dakota State. Bro, we knew, and watching him on tape, what did we say? We said, man, it looked like the DBs he was going against just were stuck in the mud. He just ran right by him, and it was hard to evaluate him all the way at times. And then even at the Senior Bowl, we're like, man, he's, I thought he just had a good matchup. I didn't realize he tested like that, though, the crazy speed. Then you look at the vertical, the broad jump, my man was off the charts. Off the charts athletic ability. I was thoroughly impressed to see that from him, man.
And he's got some of that wiggle that we were seeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his highlights, he could kind of break people down, juke them out a little bit, get open, create separation that way. So yeah, he's someone. We were talking about him in the second round. Who knows? Maybe he's now even going late first, so he might be out of our range if we want to take him in the second round.
He looked really good. Oh, and before we go any further about these other receivers, we got some color. So what we do when we get this type of color? Stop the tape. This kid needs to be locked away. Deke, don't sit there. Operate. Come on, man. Read it up. What we got?
Sequoia Harris says, top of the morning, my guys. Baby-handed Pickett did his thing, throwing the ball. Yeah, Pickett looked good. Accurate. His deep balls were perfect, too.
No, absolutely.
Right in the breadbasket, in stride. Malik Willis looked good as well. Don't see those guys lasting to 20. Receiver speed. Speed, maybe we need a new Young Money crew led by Sky Moore. Love the show. Yes, indeed.
Hey, no, man. Salute you, Sequoia Harris, man. We always appreciate your support for the channel, man. And this is why we stop shows for support like this, because, this is huge, man. This helps us out in a major way, so we definitely appreciate you for that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Both of the dudes, though, Malik and Kenny, man, they definitely look good. I don't think either of those guys hurt themselves. I know people make a big deal about Kenny's hands, but at the end of the day, like Deke said, man, if you can play, you can play. I wasn't prototypical size, but I could play. It's plenty of guys. James Harrison wasn't prototypical size. He can play. When you point to guys that it doesn't matter, they're just good. It does not matter all those intangibles like that, man. If a guy got it, he has it. And then, talking about that the new Young Money crew, Sky Moore, perfect transition because he was the next guy I wanted to bring up. We said, what did I say? I said, man, I love everything I saw on tape with him, but I questioned, does he have big speed? Because it was like, man, you see him pulling away from guys, but he's kind of small. He's like, you just don't know. That's over now. That has been fully put to rest. I think it was 4.38, I believe it was that he ran? Bro.
Yeah, it's saying officially 4.41.
Well, no. But remember what I said, though. That's just the difference.
The first one was like 4.38, though. You're right.
But that's just the difference of the head hitting it first versus the laser hitting the hip. So trust me, don't be scared off by that at all. That's rolling, man. That's a game changer for me. Not in the sense of I was skeptical of him because remember, I was very high on him. I think that he could play. I think he's a natural slot day one, but I think he has the ability to go on the outside. Seeing that speed confirms it, though. That lets me know that, it's not just because he might have had, a DB from Pitt chasing after him or a DB from, one of these other schools that he was playing against in the MAC or whatever. And that's why he was just pulling away from those guys. Like, no, he has legitimate pro speed. And that is a game changer for me. Like, I like that a lot. It just confirms some things for me with him, man. But yeah, I think his stock is continuing to skyrocket. I mean, he looked awesome in drills too. You watch him when he's running his routes, catching the ball, man, he's a smooth guy. And you can see all the things that we talked about on tape in terms of just his wiggle, his ability to have soft hands. I mean, just a natural route runner, natural pass catcher, man. Like, I definitely feel like he made himself a lot of money running that time, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for him too. I just wonder if he's pricing himself out for where we thought we were going to take him.
And that's the
we were
difference.
Thinking third
now,
round.
Man.
Oh, now we have to spend a second rounder on him.
Potentially, yeah. With these guys running times like that, that definitely, makes their value increase a little bit more, because it's one thing to know a guy's, or it's one thing to watch on tape and say, hey, man, I think this guy's fast. He plays fast. But it's another thing to have it confirmed. And that's what these guys are doing at the combine right now. They are confirming big speed. They are confirming their full athletic ability, taking all the guesswork away from it. And that's why those type of guys typically move up the draft board even more, especially when you look at Sky Moore's productivity. It's not like we're talking about a guy that didn't have numbers and he just ran fast. No, this is a guy that was ultra productive and now went out there and dropped that 4.3 on him. Like, that's legitimate. And even Taekwon. Remember, we said with Taekwon, we're like, man, we think that he was kind of limited in terms of his route tree, but he still was a productive receiver in terms of his numbers. But now when you throw that 4.28 on with it, or unofficial 4.21, it's like, man, do you feel a little bit more intrigued about him because you're saying you either have that speed or you don't, and you feel like you can coach the rest up. Some people will feel like that, and that's why you'll see guys that maybe
at least take the flyer.
Right, because that is just next level speed. That's different. And that's why guys like him, man, when you have the productivity that he had, even though it wasn't over 1,000 receiving yards and stuff like that, it was still close to it. I think it was what high 800s, 900.
I think it was 900. Yeah.
So it's like, man, that's still decent productivity. And then you throw that 4.2 on him. It's like, man, that's the perfect combination right there. So it just makes you think about him even more. But what about these Ohio State receivers?
Yeah.
Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, bro. Like, I knew Olave could fly. We knew that. We've seen that. I mean, I was upset 2 years ago when he ran past my boy JJ, Lil Peasy, Joey Porter's son over at Penn State. I was like, dude, why you got to do him like that? And I was like, okay, that dude got to be fast because I know Peasy's son is pretty fast. But to see him run what he ran, I'm like, whoa, okay, that's confirmation. That's different. But like I said, we knew he would be fast. Garrett Wilson was the surprise to me because I didn't think that he was a blazer. I thought that he was just more of the smooth route runner, could catch everything and things like that. But he go out there and run that 4.4. You're like, oh, like it's showing that these dudes, man, I don't know if the clock was fast or that turf was fast or what, but it was a lot of speed out there yesterday, man. A lot of speed.
There was, and even Dawson from Penn State, the 4.43.
Absolutely.
And I swear to God, he didn't even look like he was moving fast.
Dude,
it looked like it was an off day for him.
That's the funny part. When you're watching these receivers run, that's how you know it's like legit speed. When it looks like they don't have to run hard, when it looks like they're just easing down the road, you're like, oh, that dude, that's gifted. That's talent right there, man. Because most of the guys, like when they run, like when I run, man, I look like I was running hard, like da 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 da. Even though you want to be loose because you have to be relaxed to go faster, otherwise you're like fighting yourself. Certain guys just look like they're running hard, whereas other guys, like you said, with those receivers, they just look like easy runners. We call them like track guys because you watch a guy run track, even though he's running a blazing time, he really doesn't look like he's like straining. It's just fluid, and that's what those receivers were looking like yesterday, man. Just almost like they're floating out there, man.
Wonder what this means for Jamison Williams, because he was the blazer of the group, I thought, in terms of the top end receivers. Because you got some of these dudes up here that are running fast times, but I don't think they were going to get drafted early first round like some of these other dudes like that. Yeah, the Ohio State guys, obviously Dotson from Penn State. Like whenever you're seeing these Ohio State receivers run those times, does it make you forget about Jamison Williams a little bit? Because now he's not going to run it all. We don't know what
right.
his.
Well, for me,
I just know he jumped off the screen whenever I would watch him.
Exactly.
No,
So for
I
me,
mean,
I say it like
crazy.
this, dude. I say all of these receivers play fast, but we felt like Jameson played to a different speed. So
I'm telling you, man.
So if these
people
guys,
are forgetting about him,
so if these guys ran faster than what we thought they played at, imagine what Jameson could do. That's kind of how I look at it. If you know what I mean, like think about what that would look like then. So for me, man, I don't think it hurts him. If anything, and we knew there was still a chance that he wouldn't be the first receiver off the board because he's coming back from an injury.
Oh, I don't think he is. I don't think he is now. He'll be like the fourth or fifth, probably.
Correct. And honestly, it sucks, but that's just a part of the injury. But I don't think he falls off the first round. I just think that this means more receivers are going to be taken potentially in the first round or a little bit earlier, which is still a benefit for us as well. We want more receivers going ahead, more receivers getting drafted, because now we're going to have a little bit more of, just options at 20, or if we decide to move anywhere, because we're going to have guys potentially falling to us, maybe a linebacker here or old lineman, or even one of these quarterbacks potentially falling. Like, that's the part for me where I was like, man, keep running those fast times, because the more of those guys that go, the better crop of talent we're going to get to choose from when we're picking at 20.